Welcome back. You're watching The World Today, broadcasting live on Channels Television from Lagos. Now we're in the United States, where the Washington Post newspaper has revealed a damning piece of evidence on the CIA, saying the agency repeatedly misled the U.S. government over the severity and effectiveness of its interrogation methods. A long-awaited U.S. Senate report said that the CIA used secret black sites to interrogate prisoners using techniques not previously acknowledged. This includes dunking suspects in icy water and smashing a prisoner's head against the wall. The findings stem from the time of former President George W. Bush. Officials familiar with the secret document said that the CIA's interrogation program yielded little useful intelligence. They also said that this intelligence had then been exaggerated so that the interrogation program looked more effective than it was actually. The report is the result of a wide-ranging investigation by the Senate Intelligence Committee into CIA activities, which began in 2009. The committee will meet on Thursday to decide on whether to send a summarized version to President Barack Obama for eventual public release. We brought you a story earlier saying that Nigeria has assumed the presidency of the United Nations Security Council. Joining me live now on Nigeria's permanent representative to the United Nations, Professor Joy Ogu. She joins us via telephone. You're welcome to the program, Professor Joy.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Well, she joins us via Skype. We can see her live there. Thank you so much for joining us on the program. This is the 5th time since independence that Nigeria has been asked to do this. Now, how important is this post that we are hosting, and how responsible are we expected to be at this time?
Well, we have approached this with a sense of duty and responsibility. The Security Council is the highest decision-making body on international peace and security in the world, and we are one of the 15 member states helping to take decisions affecting peace and security, because that's the mandate of the Security Council. Well, today, April 1st, we have commenced the process of consultations with member states of the Security Council, plus Cameroon and the Republic of Benin, the latter being on the piracy in the Gulf of Guinea. Tomorrow, I'll present my program of work to the member states in consultation, and subject to their approval, I'll then have to hold a meeting to brief all the member states of the United Nations, 193 of us, and then hold a press conference to tell the world what we have on our agenda for the month of April. But considering the turmoil in the world, it's going to be a tough agenda, but we approach it with the deepest sense of duty, and I'm sure we will have the support of our colleagues. Right now, we have consultations going on, and that is why I will not spend too much of the time with you, because other member states are waiting to talk with us.
Exactly. I was about to ask you that you must have a long list right now of what you're about to do, at least for, the time being. Tell us, some of those things that you may want to achieve in this period.
We have 3 open debates, one on the Middle East, which encompasses Syria and Lebanon, and of course Israel and Palestine. We have an open debate on women, peace and security. This time we are going to focus on sexual violence in conflict situations. And then our flagship debate is on security sector reform, especially as a preventive of conflict and in post-conflict situations. There are other consultations that we have on UNAMID in Darfur, and Syria, of course, two dimensions, the chemical weapons dimension and then the humanitarian dimension. We're going to have a debate, and this will be exclusively for the members of the council and then the high-level representatives on the genocide in Rwanda. This is the 20th anniversary of the genocide in Rwanda, and we want to draw lessons and share with the world what we have learned from this experience.
All right. Is there anything on that agenda for Nigeria?
Well, everything we do really affects Nigeria because we're an active player. There's nothing, Nigeria is not an agenda item on the Security Council, but whatever we do is a contribution on behalf of Nigeria to peace and security in the world.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for joining us on the program. I have been speaking with Professor Joy Ogu. She is the permanent representative to the United Nations, and she's going to be leading the presidency position that Nigeria will be hosting now at the United Nations Security Council. Thank you so much for joining us on the program. Now let's take you over to Kenya, where several explosions have rocked the Kenyan capital, Nairobi, killing 6 people in that violence. Officials say several people were wounded in the attack, which took place in the Eastleigh suburb of that city. A police spokeswoman added that more than 200 people were arrested in Eastleigh following the explosions. Eastleigh is known as Little Mogadishu because of its large Somali population.
A deadly explosion in this area of Kenya's capital, Nairobi, killed 6 people and wounded several others on Monday, March 31st. 9 people were critically injured and were taken to the hospital where doctors are attending to them. No group has claimed responsibility for the attack. In the past, such attacks in the Eastleigh area of Nairobi, which is popular with Somalis, have been blamed on Somalia's Al-Shabaab Islamist group, which attacked a Nairobi shopping mall last September and killed at least 67 people. On Sunday, newspaper reports say a man suspected of assembling a bomb was killed when it went off where he lived near Eastleigh. The Standard Daily, which cited police and witnesses, had said 3 men who lived with the victim fled in a car shortly after Sunday's blast.
Now I have on the line the editor of the Standard newspaper from Nairobi, is Ferdinand Omongela. Thank you so much, Ferdinand, for joining us on the program.
You're welcome, you're welcome.
Now, Ferdinand, let me quickly ask you. It's been about 6 months after the Westgate attack in Nairobi, in the heart of Nairobi, and here's another attack. Can you tell us what happened?
The attack yesterday was in an eating joint in Eastleigh. That's an estate in Nairobi. That's predominantly a Somali neighborhood. But I think you said the reason why there's a fast attack actually is Westgate, because we have a few others that have been foiled. We have a few more arrested as well.
Okay. So far so good. No one has claimed responsibility for this attack. Is there any lead for the security agencies?
No, so far there is no lead. There has been a massive security operation today. Quite a number of people have been arrested, but no concrete leads yet.
Okay, so, I mean, what is the mood like, you know, where the attack happened? What is the mood like in Nairobi right now? What are people saying?
Actually, Nairobi is still pretty much upbeat, although, as I say, there have been ongoing quite a bit of security operations. As you will know, about a week ago, we had another attack in the city of Mombasa in Chad.
But then again, do the authorities have any idea who carried out the attack? What group did this?
At present, there is clearly no idea from what we are getting because the suspicion is, of course, with the Al-Shabaab group from the neighboring Somalia. But there is no really concrete proof of who actually carried out the attack. So most of what is going to try to piece together what happened.
How about the families of those who died? Have you heard anything?
For the whole day-to-day, I think most of the news media, including our reporters, have been trying to trace what happened. Nairobi is more of a metropolitan area where even some of these families don't live in Nairobi, they live out country. So even tracing them is a bit of a challenge.
Thank you so much, Ferdinand, for speaking to us on this matter. We'll obviously keep an eye very close to the matter and we'll bring everyone as much as we know on that subject. Thank you so much. Meanwhile, thank you. Meanwhile, a bullet lodged in the brain of an infant boy during an attack on a church near Kenya's coastal city of Mombasa has been removed following an operation. 6 people died in the raid, including 18-month-old Satrin Osia's mother. Doctors believe the bullets which killed her while she was shielding her son exited her body and buried itself in his head during the attack. No group has claimed responsibility for the shooting on March the 23rd. Kenyan President Uhuru Kenyatta's trial at the International Criminal Court, ICC, has been postponed to October. The ICC said in a statement that the delay is intended to give the government more time to provide certain records to the prosecution. Mr. Kenyatta is charged with being behind the ethnic violence surrounding the presidential election in 2007. He denies organizing the clashes in which 1,200 people died. This is the 3rd time the trial has been postponed. Well, that's the much we can take on the world today. Thank you so much for being a part of it. I am Adeshewa Josh.